Man, I don't know about you guys. I gotta dance. I gotta move. Something
Sometimes you
about
just
this.
have to.
Something about this party. This house. Oh,
Forget about dancing. I need to meet you all. I need to meet you both at the hacienda alone.
Oh,
We need to have a talk. The Sword Boys need to have a talk. It's
uh,
mostly about Robin's attitude.
how about the fact that there's no sword fight to talk about this week?
There's not one sword other than the erections of the people watching the dance.
hmm
Also, a horse erection. We'll get to that later.
Okay. You saw somebody rocking dong in one of the scenes?
Yeah, I think later is a later thing, but
All right.
yes, there's
Fine.
definitely a horse dong story.
Fine, stop talking and roll the beautiful bean
Tease!
footage.
People are like ready to they're like, okay, let's get this show going. Okay.
Hello, Sword Boys, girls, and all the swords in our armory to another episode of Sword Boys Cut by Cut. I am Rick.
I'm Robin.
I'm Jonathan.
That's right. It's cut 5. It starts at 1 hour, 4 minutes, 59 seconds, goes until 1 hour, 20 minutes, 51 seconds. And as Robin so beautifully put in the cold open, no sword fights, but this cut does begin with Elena inviting Alejandro to sit at her father's table, and it ends with Captain Love extending his own sort of invitation.
And it ends with a dance where she sits on his face.
I missed that. Wait, are we watching the same cut?
I'm watching the horny cut. Are you watching the horny cut?
I should be watching the horny cut.
Yeah, it's good. It's horny. I don't think we talked about it last week. Let me know if we did. Did we talk about the set?
And how freaking huge it is? We did not.
That is not a practical. We're going to talk about two
I
sets
was wondering.
today. Two sets that are massive, and they are sets. Don Raphael's house is Don Miguel's. Excuse me, Don Miguel's house is Don Raphael and Don Donatello are two different people. They're over on the side, but Don Miguel's house is all a set, just like the rest of the town. I mean, the town looks like a set, but this construction, this amazing, like it looks like the interior of when you go to Mexico and Epcot. And you go inside, it's like, oh, this is Mexico. This is kind of what it looks like. Like it's Mexico.
Yes.
Mexico.
That's why when you're watching this scene in the background, you can hear like sloshing and splashing from the boat ride going around.
Yeah, the boat ride and the Three Caballeros playing in the background. If you've never gone, Robin, I don't know if you've gone. You have kids. So I don't know what you're allowed to do with kids.
I've been East Coast, West Coast. I've been
Best
both
drinks.
Disneys.
Place to start is Mexico because they treat you right.
Mm-hmm.
They make a ridiculous margarita and other drinks. If you've never gone to Epcot, if you're an adult and haven't been to Epcot, you can drink a lot there. Just know I've gotten extremely drunk by the time I got to Germany. And that's not even, as you know, that's like maybe not even 2/3.
Yeah, the dream is to actually visit these places as an adult without children. And Epcot.
These
is
places
like
in
top of that
Epcot,
list.
not in real life.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get one thing squared away. If you are too drunk to continue drinking around the world, by the time you hit Germany, you're like a third of the way through the circle.
No, you're over half because you've gone past America. You're on the other side.
Germany's
Big
not
Ben.
past America.
You're right. Germany's on the other side of it.
I think it goes like Mexico and then like
It goes like normal, like
Germany
the way
is
the Earth
before Italy.
rotates. It's Mexico and then Japan.
oh no, Japan is past America. You know what?
No, you're
Listeners,
wrong.
pull up a
Rick,
map of Epcot.
Rick, no,
just do
no.
your own research.
Guys,
Absolutely,
can
it is not. You have to pass Japan.
Stop fighting.
You have to pass Japan to get to America from Mexico. That's how it works. Pull it up right now, Rick. I'm fucking right.
I am looking at a map of Epcot, and it goes if you enter
Start to left.
the World Showcase and you go
On the
left, you
Yes.
hit Mexico.
You see,
And you go Norway with the
Yeah.
Frozen ride. You get China, then the
Yeah.
Outpost, which encompasses all of Africa.
I may be thinking of China.
Yep. Then you get Germany,
Yeah.
Italy,
Interesting.
America,
America.
Japan, Morocco, France. You cross the international gateway, walk past the gondolas and stuff like that. Then you hit UK, Canada, and then you're back at the entrance.
Yes. I've never had a beer at Canada because I've never been sober enough to drink the Molson that they have there, or the Labatt's or whatever the hell they have. I've never even eaten in Morocco because I'm so drunk by the time. I've never gotten that far around. It's impossible. It's because I think China has a couple of drinks that are really good. I can't remember what they're called, but they're good. They have horrible names. Like one might be literally called a geisha. Like that may be the name of the shit. But anyway, we're just saying the set is awesome. They got two set pieces. We meet both the set of this and the set of El Dorado later, where Robin saw horse dong, which we'll get to later, guys. Later in the show. Later.
No. This is later because I speaking of horse dong, I figured we hadn't talked about Catherine Zeta-Jones yet. And
speaking of horse dong,
that's a wild leap.
It's gonna come back around. Okay. So let me give you guys a little bit of Catherine Zeta-Jones trivia history.
Okay.
Yeah, let's run through it.
Oh, is it trivia or is it history? Just you tell me. It has to have a question if it's trivia.
Well, it's history, but it's also trivial.
Oh, it's trivial. You can make it trivia. You're the trivia master.
Okay.
Put a question mark at the end of the sentence. Like she was in entrapment.
Well, her birth name was simply Catherine Jones, but she added her paternal grandmother's name Zeta. So it's not like one of those like my mom was a Zeta and my dad was a Jones. It's not that kind of hyphenate. So she just figured Kathy Jones was a little plain Jane.
And she's Welsh, right?
Yes, she is Welsh. Now, I found what turned out to be a 62-page article, the oral history of the Mask of Zorro. And I've been learning all sorts of stuff.
Can't spell oral without Zorro.
Yeah. Okay. My brain just broke. Oh my God. 1 second here. I'm sorry.
What happened? Did you think of a horse dong and it messed you up?
Like,
mess up your notes?
All of a sudden my notes just was like, Gmail was like, you're signed out now. I'm like, oh thank you. I'll just let me sign back in now. Okay. Anyway, there's just too much horse dong. All right. So in the oral history of the Mask of Zorro, you can find it on Slash Film. We see the whole legend of Spielberg discovering Catherine Zeta-Jones, being the one that discovered her, to blow her up to a big star and bring her into Zorro. But he saw her on a TV movie version of Titanic. But I actually looked back further at her filmography. I mean, she was in a Young Indiana Jones episode.
Was she Kathy Jones, or has she always been Catherine Zeta as an actor?
I think Catherine Zeta. I didn't look that deep. But if you want to watch that Young Indiana Jones episode, it also co-stars Daniel Craig and an enormous mustache that doesn't look real at all.
Nice.
But yeah, she was also the co-star in The Phantom before this. You know, she was actually.
Oh yeah, well yeah, she was a third tier bad guy in The Phantom. She's good in that. I actually talked about that on a different podcast with somebody, Travis. I don't know why I said somebody, like no one has to know. Previous guest Travis.
Don't name him.
But you know, is she like Gates McFadden from Star Trek? When she acts, she's Gates McFadden, and when she dances, she's Cheryl McFadden. It's always been that way. She's a choreographer. She choreographed the music for the Muppet. The
Labyrinth. Yes, Labyrinth. I remember seeing her.
I'm doing this with my hands, so you know what I'm talking about.
Top-notch podcast content there.
All right. So I got a great story from Ray Zimmerman, physical production executive. Okay, this is him talking
oral history, physical production. What kind of porno site are you on? What are you on? Are you on WikiFeet?
All right, here we go. He says for the screen test, Martin Campbell had 3 women in mind for the role that she got. He had just done Bond, and he wanted his Bond girl, which was Isabella Scorupco, the girl, the good Bond girl in GoldenEye, not the bad. That was
gotcha.
Xenia. So there was her, there was Catherine, there was another one he doesn't name. He says, so we set up this little scene, like a little stage, and there's a horse. eating some straw, and the scene is the
I
girl
like to think it
is
was Rosie
brushing the
Perez,
horse.
by the way, just in case you're wondering. I think Rosie Perez would be the perfect person to play this. Like East LA. That's what we need is an East LA accent in this California movie. Go on.
So the scene is the girl brushing a horse and turns around and delivers a line. That's it. So the first woman does it. Okay, great. It's great. Looks great. Next woman comes in, does the same thing. Me and Martin were there with the DV just looking through the lens. Great. Catherine Zeta-Jones comes out and she starts brushing the horse. And I don't know if you know much about horses, but there's the term when a male horse drops. When a horse drops, a male horse's penis comes out of the sheath and it just keeps coming out and it's fairly large. And that happened the minute she started brushing the horse. And Martin and I were just going, that's the one. The horse knows.
Yep.
And he's like, now, sorry if that was a little off color. I didn't mean to offend anybody, but it was kind of a classic story. So I couldn't.
By the way, you know who the horse was, right? It was me. Why didn't you ask me about this?
Okay.
Put it this way, Catherine Zeta-Jones and I got to third base. Just so you know, well, it's different for horses. Horses have 8 bases, in case you're wondering. So maybe we're at fourth base.
It's because horses can run so much faster. They need to cover more ground.
Right. It'd be unfair. Who wants to watch a horse run 3 bases? That's like a second and a half.
Honestly,
It's
like
Dragging my giant dong.
that's just the basics of horse baseball. Come on.
Yeah.
well, the interesting thing about this movie is that everybody had to screen test with Clompy. Like Hopkins, Banderas. I mean, everybody.
Banderas got to make my dick move.
They're all cast
weird way to
by
cast
horse penis.
everybody. What an odd way to cast. But hey, I mean, literally whatever floats your boat.
Right. All right. I've got some more stuff here. Not so wordy. So she's been doing a lot of TV lately. We've seen she's on Wednesday, Morticia. She did that National Treasure show. She did Prodigal Son, Queen America, and Feud. Feud was a bigger one. So, but she was like huge from 98 to 2002. I figured there was, that's like the bookends, right?
Yeah.
Like she's got Zorro, Entrapment, The Haunting, High Fidelity, which like I was reminded of her scene in High Fidelity and dear God, I agree with Clumpy.
Please don't unsheathe.
The camera only goes down so far on me. And then Chicago, which she won the Oscar for, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but then 2003 to 2013, she's still got movies, but they're not, it's Intolerable Cruelty, The Terminal, Ocean's 12.
Hey,
Zorro
Ocean's
sequel.
12 is great. Don't you fucking...
I'm just saying they're not as legendary as some of the stuff that she did before. Rock of Ages, Red 2. I don't know.
Red 2's, that's bad.
So in 2002, she married Michael Douglas. So maybe, I don't know. They were so.
Well, don't they have kids? Don't they? She and Michael Douglas. Don't they have children together?
Yeah, they have.
I assume she might have been raising the kid.
Maybe
It's not like Michael Douglas was burning up the thing at that point either. Like, what was Michael Douglas doing at that time? Besides cunnilingus.
He's also 25 years older than Catherine, as I see here.
Yes.
He actually met her at a film festival in France, in Mask of Zorro. She was promoting Mask of Zorro. Danny DeVito actually introduced them. And they
Danny DeVito's out there doing the Lord's work. He just everything Danny DeVito touches unsheathes and becomes a wonderful thing.
So yeah, that was in
giant magnum dong.
That was in 2002, and you know, like I said, it's funny. He's 25 years older than her, and they also share the same birthday, which is September 25th.
Okay,
maybe it's a Taylor Swift thing. So 2010, Douglas diagnosed with throat cancer. You know, we don't need to get into the. I mean, unless you want to get into some of the stuff that
I want to get into it. Lumpy, no,
but Catherine actually ended up suffering from depression. Spoke out. She said she had bipolar disorder, checked herself into a hospital for a while.
That's good.
And then even in 2013, they split up for a year because of the stress of her dealing with her stuff and him dealing with his stuff. But they ended up getting back together.
Oh, just in time for Ant-Man.
Yeah. So a couple other things she says about Wales. In Wales, it's brilliant. I go to the pub and see everyone who I went to school with, and everybody goes, "So what are you doing now?" And I go, "Oh, I'm doing a film with Antonio Banderas and Anthony Hopkins." And they go, "Oh, good." And that's it.
That reminds me of one of the funniest You know those classic bits you see on TV or on not TV anymore, but like on TikTok and YouTube. They have one. They have the one where it's been 20 years and Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra surprises Jerry Lewis on the telethon with Dean Martin.
Mm.
Dean Martin walks out. Everyone loses their shit. They literally have not been together in 20 years. And Jerry Lewis just puts his hands in his pocket, looks at him, has the microphone, and goes, "Hey, you been working?" It's the same thing of like, you been doing anything? Anything going on? Like, and no one cares. Like, he's like, yeah, I've been working. I had a few things in the fire. He's like, oh, good. It's one of those classic. I'm sure I'm not famous, but I'm sure famous people love being treated normal. Some famous people. Now, when Catherine Zeta-Jones has to go on to a trip and go somewhere, I'm sure she doesn't want to be treated normally. She wants to get through because unfortunately she would never be treated normally. Mm-hmm. But I think at some point it switches. I don't know when. When do you become Kevin Costner? When do you become an asshole about how you're treated? Like what makes you into that? I mean, obviously it's because you're given. I mean, look, guys, if someone gave me $100 million, I'd be a bigger asshole than I am now.
Yeah,
I can tell you that right now. Yeah, I would be at least two times the asshole. Oh, now we're talking about giant assholes. Please, Cloppy, you gotta keep it in the sheath today. You're way too excitable. But it's I'm just thinking about baseball, horse baseball.
All right, I have two more facts. Two more. It's actually quotes that she has. One
if
was.
I keep doing this and interrupting him, he'll never finish because
I just want to
get through this list. I
want to get these out. So you're surprised. You'd be surprised that I didn't, write down all 62 pages of this oral history because it was fascinating.
It feels like you did. Sure feels like it.
Okay. One quote from her says, "After the Mask of Zorro, people spoke Spanish to me for ages. I'm Welsh, but that movie instantly gave me a new ethnicity."
Well, yeah, the Zeta also, everyone like we didn't know it was like early 2000s. You're like Catherine Zeta-Jones, yeah, she's Spanish.
Yeah, we didn't know better. We didn't have the sum total of human knowledge in our hands at all times.
We didn't just easily take out the Zeta and just go, "Oh, Kathy Jones." No, that's not a Spanish person.
That's Kathy Jones from down the road.
Hey, I'm from Wales. Hey, I'm from Wales, like Tom Jones over there. We just.
Strangely enough, this is not even a joke. They were before, in the beginning process of this movie, they were considering Cameron Diaz for the lead.
Oh, fuck. Damn it.
But it's because of her ethnicity, which probably wouldn't be so easy to.
I mean, she plays Irish awesome in that fucking Gangsy in New York. She's amazing. And in no way does it take away from the stunning acting of the entire movie. God, that's so fucking bad.
The last quote I have is, and I love this one. She says, "For marriage to be a success, every woman and every man should have her and his own bathroom. The end."
I don't doubt it.
Agree.
As someone, but let me tell you a little peek behind the curtain here.
Okay.
We put in a shower, a full bathroom downstairs. I'm bragging. That's right. I put in a whole another shower and bathroom, and
two people at the same time.
People think,
but not together.
They asked us, like, "Do you want double sinks?" We're like, "We don't think we have room for double sinks, but we do want a shower big enough for two people." I'm like, it has to be big enough for two people to stand there and not like next to each other. I mean, like, be able to converse because that is our State of the Union time. We're in there. We're both like, all right.
So one's getting clean and one's shivering.
No, there's no shivering because it's enclosed, so it's always warm. The whole thing's warm. You got to think about it because remember, this is also I'm in a duplex down, so it's underground. So
it's probably pretty steamy.
Once you start the water up,
just the company alone,
it's extremely nice, and it's not so big. The water's not hitting me; it's still hitting me, but it's not like spraying on me. Anyway, point is, I don't know, Catherine. Yeah, you can have two bathrooms for like other stuff. Like we have to have there are two bathrooms. There's three bathrooms. Again, I'm bragging. Got three bathrooms. Wow. But don't tell Rob from Titanic Minute that I have three bathrooms currently. He's gonna freak out. He once freaked out when I was. If you go listen to Titanic Minute, he's mad at me because I have more than two doors into my bedroom. I think at one point.
they just open up, or just one on each wall or something?
No, it doesn't matter. One was a closet that went into it. A closet that went to a main bathroom. It's a whole thing. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
We don't need to hash that again.
No, don't need to hash it. But my point is, Catherine, I don't know about that. I know Rick also likes his wife, so I assume like you're fine with. How many bathrooms do you have, Rick?
I only have 1.5.
Okay,
but I only live in a 2-bed, so I don't know how many bedrooms you have, but we are not the real estate.
We have 3
boys.
bedrooms because we turned the basement into a bedroom. It's a master suite with a bathroom now. So
I'm just saying, I would like a dedicated room where I don't have to walk in and
You have a dedicated
one
room.
I love. The one I love, I don't want to smell that from her. So I would love to be able to have a safe place to go to.
Well, that's different. That's a lobby dump, and that's a whole nother thing. You need to have some sort of. That's what my family calls it. We call it the lobby dump. When you're at a hotel, I'll take my key card and be like, "I'm gotta go," and they're like, "Lobby dump," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go destroy the lobby bathroom because you can't go in the small room you're in because you're like, that's mean. That's just mean to everyone involved."
And those windows do not open.
Close that damn door.
Yeah, and also like half the time the door doesn't even close all the way. Like it's a sliding door, so there's no suction. So it's just.
It's like shit and cheap air freshener. That's all you smell.
Nah, it's not okay. Visit. So anyway, we're talking about the Mask of Zorro.
Right. We're talking about this magnificent hacienda.
I don't know why we're vamping. There's a lot of shit to go through in this episode. This episode is going to be an hour and 45 minutes. Yeah.
Can we talk more about horse dong, though?
Yeah. So we start this cut and we are overseeing this gigantic, it's a multi-tiered space. I've got it as my background for anybody who like watches the social media content. You'll pick it up there.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, like huge, dancing floor, restaurant.
Yeah. Jonathan, it's just like you said, it's like the Mexico booth at Epcot. There's a restaurant area. There's a dance floor. There are grand stairs that go to like hangout spaces that are higher up. We've got huge garlands. Like this is not like a house. This is an estate.
It's a casa.
I was reading up on the idea of haciendas, and they're like, imagine if like, a noble lord would live in a castle to defend his lands, but basically what Spain did was like, hey, we've got a lot of land and we got to fill it. You're a don now. You'll manage this piece of land from your hacienda. So it's like a meeting place, but it's also like a plantation house.
And you can have troops, like troops can muster there.
Exactly.
It's a whole thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Huge multi-purpose property.
Yeah. And if you look at it, it actually looks like, if you like history, they just stole a bunch of stuff from Rome. It's Roman architecture and also Japanese architecture. Remember, the outside is barren and not much going on, and the inside is this little world that you've created, these little atriums and things. So that's all it is. Like, it's just
full-on trees.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's got full. Those are full. Yeah, he's got full trees in there. I assume he's growing like oranges and lemons, like everybody does in California.
See, that's the nice thing about living in the area of the country that they are in, where they don't have to deal with winter and whatnot. So it's okay if they have these giant open courtyards that are just open to the night sky.
Once every month.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. We just can't use the main courtyard for a little while.
And they've got enough covered walkways to deal.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of, especially like in the men, the thick jackets on them, and I'm just like, God, it must be so hot, or your body must be so adjusted to the climate.
Or it's that California cool, like it could be fall or winter there, where it's 65 degrees or 55 degrees at night, and it's still pleasant and nice, but
yeah, it could just be arid enough that like when the sun goes down, there's no humidity to keep that heat trapped.
They're not sweating. They're not sweating when they get to El Dorado. If I was stuck in one of those stinky little wagons,
oh yeah,
no, thank you. So anyway, keep going. We gotta plow through this a little bit.
Yeah. So Alejandro is sitting at the table, and Elena comes up to him. Is like, hey, Don Alejandro, come sit at the big kids table. And as they walk away, he does the little hand thing, and she puts her hand on his. It's all very courtly and whatnot. And meanwhile, Don Diego is like, oh, okay. He's going to deal with the Dons. I'm going to go do espionage stuff.
And not in a cool way either. He in no way is being low key. But he they go to have dinner. They're at this beautiful table. Kind of looks like a quinceañera. It's like a pretty table with all the people, and of course the daughter's sitting closest. It's actually funny that Alejandro is so close to them. Like he's in a primo seat, and of course they introduce him to Luff.
The official introduction. Montero says, "This is Captain Harrison Love. He's not a Don, but certainly a kindred spirit." And this was an opportunity for Captain Harrison Love to be like, "Oh, my mother wanted to name me Donald, but my father thought it wouldn't be prudent. So that way, if he can't be a Don, he might as well be a Don."
That's true. I do like his whole fuck up, like, it's probably been talked about by everybody, because now they're like, they're referencing about like, oh, if they'll be thinking twice about going to confessional after this. I mean, I assume putting several holes into a confessional booth in a church is probably big talk, and like,
especially among like the commoners who are like, he tried to get Zorro, and instead he just shot the confessional. He shot our confessional, because that's every person who lives there goes to that confessional. So
yeah.
It'd be like if you live in a small town and somebody like shot up your Tasty Freeze, and you're like, somebody shot up the Tasty Freeze, and then what a fucking idiot! Like one of the deputies of the town shot up. You'd be like, did you fucking, were you shooting ice cream?
Right.
All right. So this is one of two options. Either one, it's been like a day or two since that happened, and like word has gotten around, or two, these people are just massive gossips, and as soon as one thing happens, everybody knows about it.
I feel like it's been a week, because remember he still had to be taught to be a gentleman. Was he taught in a week? We'll get to the dancing here in a second. Was he taught the dancing? Like, I want the scenes of Don Diego and Alejandro dancing together sexily.
Yes. It's a hungry eyes.
Yeah. Hungry eyes.
Anthony Hopkins running his hand down Antonio Banderas' arm, and he does the giggle and twist away.
Alejandro and Don Diego in the lake, and Don Diego keeps jumping into his arms, and he keeps falling over backwards, and
they just keep laughing together and splashing each other.
Having the best time, guys.
I've got Hopkins facts. If you guys want some Hopkins,
I don't know.
stuff.
Here we go. He's gonna keep going, Rick. We're never ending this episode.
Hopkins actually started this movie refusing to do more than 2 takes because he's like, I'm making Zorro. Like, who cares, But then they showed him dailies, and he completely changed his mind. He got really invested. Apparently, it was a guy that was they had like a young assistant, second director whose job was like kind of get the actors up and the makeup and wardrobe. Hopkins found out this guy was going to be let go because the DGA didn't have money for him or some crap like that. So he ends up paying the guy's salary for like 2 or 3 months until the end of production. Yeah,
that's awesome.
They said he had to do tanning sessions while he was there to be the character. About 2 or 3 times a session they put him in there. I also have a little tiny story from Alyssa Wittenberg, a production coordinator on Zorro. She says, the thing about Tony was that he was clean and sober at that point, 10 years, but he would come out with us all the time to party and dance. And the big hit at the time was Macarena, and there was a lot of tequila Macarena dancing on tables. So there were many parties where he was dancing. I had a wet, sweaty dance with him, and I was like, ew, it's so gross. And then I'm like, but it's Tony Hopkins who's sweating on me. It's fine. So lots of dancing with Macarena on tabletops all over Mexico. And he was great. He came out with us all the time. So
that's awesome.
That was fun to hear. That was a different time. I feel like Gen Z kids don't appreciate just how much of a stranglehold the Macarena had on the nation.
I mean, it's still played at like block parties and shit like that.
Yeah.
It was played up at a wedding. People will step out on the floor.
I was at Wingfest here in Chicago, and they played it. They played the Macarena, and everybody was just kind of like, "We're in line to eat," and we're all like, everybody's jamming to it, like no one cares because the drinks were free, so we didn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it was one of those things where you're just like, "Oh my god, the Macarena." Thank God for movies like this to make the Macarena go away, because we needed good movies with Welsh women to teach us and British people as Spaniards. Well, Californians, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, we cut away from the table upstairs to the hallway outside of Montero's office, where
Yep.
Don Diego is pretending to have COVID 18-19.
Nice.
Yeah, apparently the flu like shut down production for like 4 days. So I'm wondering if this was like self-referential, the big coughing bit.
We are 1 minute and 33 seconds into this 15-minute cut. Just so you know. Just
all right.
Keep up.
So does this guy have a glass jaw?
Yeah, he's a pussy. Also, we got to remember Don Diego is super strong.
Oh yeah,
right.
So his punch is different.
This guy should be glad that he only got punched and he didn't get that 2-finger neck snap that he did to the dude in the prison.
Oh, I thought you meant from. I thought you meant from Roadhouse.
Oh,
get his throat pulled out. Well,
I do wonder.
I remember my Berenstain Bears remembrance of this scene is he has coughs, hands him the drinks, punches them, and then takes the drinks back. And he didn't. The drinks all fell. In my mind, he took the drinks back.
Yeah, that would make sense because if he lets the tray of drinks fall, he has now created a huge mess that he has to take care of. He's already got to hide a dude that he cold cocked and just completely knocked out. But then he's got like a wet spot on the ground that he's got to manage.
Sure.
And we know that Don Luis is going to come around the corner very soon. And like, there's got to be a closet with just a wet dude that's unconscious sitting on the floor somewhere.
Oh, now you're talking Robin's language.
Yeah, we're getting it. We get into like even the next day later in this, and there's no mention of like, there was a guard knocked out outside my office for some reason. Like there's no talk. Maybe there's one in a later cut, but I don't.
Do you think that they thought he drank all those fucking drinks and passed out, and they weren't going to listen to him?
Yeah,
they're like, oh,
drunk asshole.
Miguel was there, and he fucking got drunk and fucking fell over at his post. No, a little man
face first.
His clothes are soaked with tequila.
Yeah, he's just completely reeking of tequila.
The butler did it. Oh, we were going to go with that, aren't you?
Okay. So, yeah, they come back, and then he punches him because he's going to go in that room. We don't know what he's doing. They come back to the dinner, and this is this is the part we learned last week of he cannot leave the table. So he's trying to woo Elena, but at the same time, try and get on the good side of Don Miguel. So he's got to basically play against type. And when she says, I think Zorro's courageous, and he's like, ugh, he's probably ugly. Who wants to run around sweating? And that sounds awful with swords and stuff. That sounds terrible. And then love is somehow on her side. It's like being a hero is not something to scoff at. And he's like, ugh. Like he's just like, basically, I'm a born piece of shit.
Does Harrison Love think he's a hero? Like he says,
I think he does.
Heroism something to aspire to. Is that
guys? Am I the villain in this?
He absolutely thinks he's the hero because he's an American. And so when Elena is sitting there talking about all of these like ideals of self-governance and democracy and all this other stuff, Harrison Love is like, "Yeah, America, fuck yeah," So
for sure,
that's where he's like, yeah, I'm on Elena's side, but at the same time, he is also a giant steaming sack of shit. So
he's against Alejandro.
He's multifaceted.
He's gonna always be take the side of whatever he takes the opposite of.
And he's trying to woo her as it is, and any attention that he's getting from her over love is he's not very happy about. I do love his Al just keeps up that Bruce Wayne demeanor, that talking about it gives me a frightful headache.
Oh yeah, like a fop, like a true. He's a true Peckerwood.
Yeah,
right. Okay, do I need to self-correct myself because I said Harrison Love was an American, but he has a Texas flag in his office next cut. And Texas was not part of the U.S. at this point.
Okay. Well, I think he's from America.
He's American enough for
maybe
our
he
purposes.
Moved. Yeah. I mean, he's in the American military. So
yeah. And I mean, the actual Harrison Love started back east and moved west. So there's enough real history that can color this character.
Yeah.
This incredibly white character.
Oh yeah, so we have they're bickering back and forth about democracy and nobility and yada yada, and Raphael is just like, there's a big uncomfortable silence, and Raphael gives a little bit of sexism. A woman's grasp of politics. You
see the look that she gives her dad, and also to Al when he laughs at that. Yeah, that was good. That was a good little scene.
I actually studied that and I noticed everybody's laughing. Al, he gives like this like little kind of nod and quickly just kind of looks over to Lena. He's not
Yeah.
guffawing at all.
No,
He's just kind of like, oh
but
yeah,
he is
respect
still
the
on.
joke, I guess.
He's not gonna say something against
Right.
Don Miguel at this point.
But Love, Love is laughing his ass off. And immediately Elena is next walking out on the dance floor with him. So
Yeah.
I don't know if she's like,
I think
will
she's
give
just
up.
mad. She's mad at Al. So
Yeah.
yeah. So he asked her to dance, and they're gonna go dance.
Yeah,
They smirk at each other. That's
she is able to pick up pretty quick that there's some tension between Don Alejandro and Harrison Love. So if Harrison Love is like, "Oh, Elena, come dance with me," she's like, "Oh, I can pit these guys against each other if I show a little bit of attention to Love, then that'll bother Alejandro."
Mm-hmm.
What?
So,
Hmm?
I was going to go on to the next scene. We go into the office,
Yeah.
right? And I like the moment where Don Diego actually there's a painting of his wife up on the wall.
Yeah,
That's not great.
That
it's
sucks.
a huge portrait.
Yeah.
It does make me wonder because that portrait was obviously stolen from the De La Vega mansion
house?
before it was
Oh,
burned.
right. Yeah.
So I have to wonder, like, aside from stealing a literal baby, what other things did Montero steal as he was going through the house? He'd be like, "Oh, that's a nice set of silverware. I'll take that. You know, that's a good amount of bedding. I'll take that."
It'd
And
be
all the
amazing
guy-
if he's in the office because they do another scene in the office. If he's like, "God damn it, he stole my fucking pens!"
Right.
Like, I'd be so you're just like, God, he's got my pen set.
Like, we don't know how long Diego was knocked out because he got sucker punched by Montero when he was holding his sword. So he got a good amount of metal to the back of the head. So they could have cleared out that mansion entirely. Like all the goons are standing there with torches and they're like, "Do I have to help move this couch?" "I do." "Okay."
Did you notice how pissed Don Diego looked when Montero pulls that box out of the safe and out falls Don Diego's Pokemon collection?
I was like, I was so
What
pissed.
the hell? I thought that was all burned.
Oh, and they were all in pristine condition. He didn't even have them in sleeves anymore. What an asshole. So anyway,
That's
we're at
right.
the
Don
point-
Luis does show up, grab a strong box out of the desk, and then leave.
Not even a
So
strong
that's
box. It's just a box.
Yeah,
I was
I
saying
was
Don
say
Luis.
it's an ornate looking box.
I thought it was Don Raphael Montero.
No,
It's just Don Luis.
Montero himself does not come to the office.
It's Don Julio.
Don Luis.
You can tell because there's chocolate around his mouth.
Oh shit. Never mind.
Also, Don Luis is way more bald than Don Montero.
Yes. So they get that, and he's left with whatever that is in that box. And now is when Al's seeing they're all getting up, they're all about to leave, and he's like, "God damn it, I've got to fucking figure this. Like, what do I do?" So he's gonna goad him by he goes and asks to get in the dance. And he starts and he dances with Elena, and he walks up to the band leader. He's like, "Do the sexy one, do a sexy tango," which they both know the dance moves to this, right? I don't know if
this is a movie dance. That's why it
So
happens.
the question is, this is far too choreographed to be off the cuff. So is this dance that they are doing, like Al says later in this cut, that it's like it's all the rage in Spain. So is this like the 1830s, 1840s version of the Macarena or the electric slide where everybody just knows the steps to this sexy dance?
But how does she know it?
Because
did she see it
before coming back to California, they were in Spain.
She was raised in Spain.
Yeah.
She is not a stranger to horsecock. So
she was raised in Spain, mainly on the plane.
Yeah.
Okay, I do want to do a couple of quick call outs. I really hope that the Nino who catches the cane was a kid who won a contest and not just a PA's nephew or
Pig
something
Boy?
like that. Exactly like Big Boy.
we actually see a little boy later in this cut, and I was like, "Oh, it would have been perfect." Like,
was the same
creepiness.
kid?
The same kid, but it's not. It's not. I was like, "Oh, they
you mean
really
the
just
kid
like
with
threw that
the
kid."
thing on his head?
Yeah.
The basket on his head? No, yeah. Oh, they threw me in jail because I caught the cane.
Yes, I was helping Alejandro.
I also want to call out that Alejandro says, "Oh, Captain Love, you were trying to dance. Elena was succeeding." And then he says, "Forgive me, Captain, a shameless joke at your expense." And then under his breath, he says, "I hope not. It will not be the last." And I think we need more instances of Alejandro just blatantly making fun of love in polite
because he can,
circumstances.
because there's a detente right now between the Dons, because all the Dons, they don't need the Dons, but they do need the Dons. He doesn't need the Dons for money. He doesn't need them for muscle, because that's love. But he does need them for influence over the Pepples.
He doesn't even actually say that under his breath, though. So I just love that it's like it's a joke at his expense, but it's like a really good one that takes a minute to sink in. Like the Bilbo Baggins joke from the beginning of Fellowship. I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. I'm still thinking about that line. So.
And they dance some. They actually dance really well together. Didn't they on some of the far shots though? It's another. It's a second dance person doing Al's work, and I was like, "Why are you doing this? He can dance. Like he knows how to dance, and they're not showing enough that it would be hard to shoot this. I would think he would be able to do it, but they do have stunt dance in there.
Wow, I didn't realize.
Yeah, if you look really, and I was just like, "Why is there a stunt man dancing?" I mean, because we're not far enough away to where I wouldn't notice. So, they do a little dance. I mean, it's like her hair comes down, like there's bosomness to it.
God.
And I feel like Don Miguel is mad. He's mad, right?
Wait, are you calling
appropriate?
Are you calling Rafael Montero Don Miguel?
Oh my God, I did. I called him Don
again.
Miguel.
That's what I mean. You were saying Miguel.
Don Raphael.
Okay, Don Raphael Montero.
Is he mad? Is he mad at Al?
Oh yeah, because they're being really sexy, and that's not appropriate.
Very inappropriate
for the situation.
There's a little boy over there with a cane. He cannot see this.
Exactly. But of course, as soon as Montero shows up, Alejandro is like, "Oh, pardon me, I'm out of breath. Your daughter's such a spirited dancer," and he kind of throws her under the bus. And for a second there, I feel like Alejandro is going to get left behind, and there's just something about his manner or the fact that he talks about the court back in Spain. Montero changes his mind.
I also like that you could see him like kicking himself after he insults Elena and she storms off, and Montero's like looking after her and he's sitting behind. He's like,
and he squints like, God damn it. Like he didn't want to do that, but he had to, because he has to show that, oh, she's a spirited youth.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to take advantage of your daughter at all.
I wasn't trying to stick my face in her bosom. So yeah, he basically cajoles himself into getting to go to this meeting.
Yeah, and then we get
to the meeting of Elrond.
Yeah, it's the meeting of the Dons of the Round Table.
Yeah. He says, meet me in the courtyard. And is this the courtyard? And do they have just a giant stone table with an elite secret meeting to be placed in the courtyard?
I mean, there's a fucking tree there. And then he's got, and behind this curtain, this is my map I had made up. It's a custom map. Oh, I bet, Rick, did this get you going for like D&D? You're like, ooh, look, custom map.
Sometimes when I see a map, I get an overwhelming urge to play like a Civilization game or like Risk or something like that. And this map, I was like, I'm looking at all the territories that are drawn on it, and I'm like, okay, so that one's got 2 means of ingress, and that, so you want to make sure you drop that many little units on there.
Was anybody rubbing you with was anybody combing you, stroking you as you looked at this map?
Where was Mexico in relation to Germany on this map? Can we get into that?
Well, Mexico is still below where Germany is. Germany's over to the right.
Okay.
Not all of the Dons are immediately impressed. You kind of get like a lot of questionable glances, and one guy starts a slow clap, and then everybody kind of
because they know that they know that what's his face is coming to get them. What's his goddamn Santa Ana, who is that is Spanish for Saint Anne.
Saint Anne's coming.
What a butch name for a gentleman, Saint Anne. He's coming, like he has tons of troops, and he's like, oh no, let me show you this one thing I have, and this is where it kind of reminds me of Battleship or Battlefield Earth. There's just gold that's being pressed into bars for bullshit reasons.
Yeah. I mean, the plan is not a terrible plan.
No.
You know, keep the mine secret, pass it off as Spanish gold and whatnot. And the Dons are kind of like, okay, you know, it might work, it might not work. I think what Montero needed to do, don't do a map on the wall, because maps on the wall, you get, it's a big map. That's kind of okay. What you got to do is bring everybody into the billiards room, start pressing buttons, and then like the bar will spin around and the floor will start pulling back, and a big old model of Alta California will rise up out of the floor.
I like this.
And then he can walk around with a pool cue and start pointing at all the important things.
So basically the plan. What?
Yeah, I was like, interesting enough, that whole map is going to be held up on the backs of like slave children.
Yeah.
We
and
just
then,
look
of course,
at
Don Diego would like be peeking through the little building in the middle of it. Like, ooh, what's all happening here?
So the plan is Santa Ana is going to come to them and they're going to broker a deal as if Spain is buying California. We're going to give you, we get top part of California and you get LA, San Diego, the bottom part.
Yeah, because fighting America is a very expensive venture.
Right. So it's actually a good plan. And he's like, but to make you feel better, I want you all to meet me tomorrow in the morning and I will take care of all your fears. So this is the first time that the dawn's early light was ever used. And that's how it came into the song later on. So they're like, by the dawn's early light, and they came in.
Yeah.
And they're trucked in with carriages that have the curtains completely closed. So all of that road must is just contained in those boxes.
Mean road musk.
Yeah.
Musk. Yeah, that thing smells bad.
So it's just weird. Like it seemed like Montero is like setting up things, whatever, in the beginning during the flashback. And now it's like he has discovered a giant gold mine. And I'm just kind of like, oh, how lucky he was.
Well, I mean, at this time, that actually makes sense because there was still gold, and they're definitely in the middle of fuck nowhere. So
yeah,
they could have been just because they said Love Says Later. We're just picking it up off the ground at first.
Yeah.
So they found. I here are my notes, Robin, on
Please
this set.
Verbatim.
On this set, it's not notes. It's just me. I'm gonna eyeball it and tell you about it. The set that was built, this giant El Dorado set, is a set. It was built because the original location manager, they got lost in Mexico and found this place and like, holy shit, this is amazing. Because it has like, if you look at the background, there's like cool crags. And like it's very like parts of it are just jutting rock out of nowhere. It's like it's not just a cliff face. And when they found it, they're like, we can build our entire phase 3 of the set, the third act of the entire movie can be done here. And they built everything. I think they said it took 4 months to build. It's one of the biggest sets ever built in the 90s, like almost like Sweet Haven from the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Is it still standing as well?
Great question. Don't know. I mean, it looked like shit then, so I'm sure it doesn't really exist then. But it was 85 tons of lumber. And for some reason, they have how many nails? 3 tons of nails. Okay, thanks. What a weird stat to give me. But yeah, they got lost on the way. And when they found that, they were like, this is perfect. So in this cut alone, there's just massive sets. And this set is nice. Well, not for the people that have to work it. But
but it's nice to look at.
I like the detail that as they're going in, you can see that they're just graves circling this place with just crosses coming out of the ground, almost like it.
Well, when they use them
Amazon has the same policy. They just put the graves out so all the other workers get intimidated when they have to go to work. Oh, I don't want them to end up there.
And then Don Alejandro was not told where he was going, so he wore white, which is a huge mistake. He's wearing white pants after Labor Day.
Yeah, that's the embarrassing part.
That's why I'm wondering about the weather. It must be after Labor Day if it's cool enough to wear these big jackets at a
Well, they always wear big shit back then. Everybody's wearing wool. I don't know why.
The materials were more breathable back then.
Sure.
When's t-shirt weather in Gold Rush?
I don't think people had t-shirt. You wore rags or you wore fancy clothes. That's I mean, even later on, we see Three Finger Jim. He's basically a slave. And he's dressed in like 3 layers.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, just wear a fucking t-shirt, man, and some shorts. If I'm going to be working out there, I'm wearing shorts.
He's Jack, by the way. You just keep giving people wrong names.
What did I call him?
Jim? Three Finger Jim? Maybe you think of three fingers of gin.
No.
No?
I think Three Finger Jim is the guy who actually excited the horse during the. I'm pretty sure that's why Catherine Zeta-Jones got this part.
That was
Three Finger
Jim.
Yep, Three Finger Jim.
Yeah, so Montero brings all the Dons up to like the gold storage room, and we get this shot of them standing in this cave hallway, and there's like gold light shining on them.
Did you notice the gold they built is soft enough that it bends, that it's like bent under its own weight? I would love that part of it. I'm like, yeah, gold's not, when you make a gold bar, it's never perfect, because if you put gold on top of gold on top of gold, it's super heavy, but also super bendy. So they were like some of them were like like kind of bent. I kind of like that. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So whoever did it, top notch work on this set design.
And here's where Raphael like kind of puts it down. Like, we are buying California with Santa Ana's own gold. I mean, I'm thinking this goes right up there with Office Space, Superman 3, like great money schemes.
Yep. And then Montero,
we're gonna take this gold and we're gonna take fractions of this gold, just like tiny, like tiny fractions of it. No one will ever notice.
And this is where the John Travolta cameo comes in. Montero turns. He says, "Don Vincent Vega, are we happy?" And he says, "Oh yeah, we're happy.
We're happy."
And then John Travolta also says, "You had time to smelt it into bars."
Anyway, can we get to the part where they go back outside and Thulsa Doom makes somebody jump from that cliff?
And this is also the part where Love is starting to, I think he's starting to look at Al in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Like he starts looking at him. I think originally when he saw him, he wasn't really thinking at the party, like about who Al could be, but he's met him before and he knows what he looks like. Met's the wrong word. He saw him from a distance and had a shitty picture of him. So
yeah, that's right. He ran, whereas like Love would recognize Three Fingered Jack because he actually took him into custody.
Mm-hmm. So. And he would recognize Three Fingered Jim because he has him on retainer.
Me too.
I do want to point out a couple of details as they come out of the mine. There is a large mill type structure that is being pulled by bulls because they don't have Arnold Schwarzenegger in California just yet.
Yeah.
And a lot of like slanted, like they're very wide ladders.
Yes.
It's almost like they stacked pallets on their side and then removed a couple of boards.
Well, I kind of like it like that because it's like, I assume they're wide ladders because they have to carry up shit. Like they're moving gold around. And I love that they actually put miners in here. It was nice to see miners as miners.
The children, they long for the mines.
I love it. I love a miner in a movie.
Do the people that build the ladders also build the bunk beds? Is that what you're getting at?
Oh, yeah. These people don't understand when you're supposed to stop. They just like, you can build a 500-foot ladder, right? That's totally normal.
Safe.
And it will totally work. Because if you look at the ladders, they kind of like, they bend, they bow in, and then they like they hit the top, and then they like go again, and they're like bending again. You're like, this is
And
again,
it's not like there's like one person on the
Haven
ladder.
level rickety shit.
For sure.
I like it. I like it. I really appreciated that Zorro, Don Raphael, and Love are the only three people that don't duck during the explosion. I liked that they all three stay standing and everyone else bends down. It's just one of those things in the movie that you're like, yeah. It's like from one of my other favorite movies, Ocean's 11. That they don't look. Remember, they don't look at the explosion. Remember that? Two of them stand. It's a Danny Ocean and one other guy, and they're watching the imploder, and everyone else turns to watch, and they're the only two that don't watch. So that reminds me of that.
Nice.
Beautiful shot. I love the little, if you notice up, I mean, this thing has scale. If you look at that scene where the thing explodes, if you look up behind them as they're reacting, happening, they have guard posts up on the top. Like this whole set, because we know later in the movie, they're going to be stuff from the top. They're going to do shit up on the top. Like the top's not just set dressing, it's an actual thing, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot to be impressed by here.
I like the echo of the boys here. We have this slave boy here, and then earlier is this the scepter boy or whatever, and it's just kind of like it's reminding Alejandro of like maybe where he came from.
Yeah.
Like he would be so privileged to,
I would like
hero's scepter or whatever.
I would like to give a shout out to whoever the makeup designer was for this movie, because they got the right amount of like dirt and filth on people. Like they don't look like Oliver Twist dirty, which is like to me theater dirty. Like you always have like a little scuff, little dirt. No, these people
They've
look
all
like
been in chimneys.
these people all look like they've been in the sun. And later on, when Three Finger Jack shows up, Three Finger Jack's feet are disgusting. They
Absolutely.
are covered in like raw, like crusty skin that you would have if you walked or if you were a white dude walking around with no shoes on in Mexico, California in this heat. Your feet would be like his feet's probably blistered, healed, and now he's just got that good skin that I just want to pick off the bottom of his feet like chicken skin, like fried chicken skin going on the bottom of his feet. Love it.
Yeah. We do get a cap. We do catch sight of.
We do get a cap. What?
There's a monk who is in amongst the workers.
It's
is
the monk
this supposed?
in amongst?
Yes, that's the monk. That's the
is
monk.
that the same guy as from the church?
That's when Love said, "I'll deal with you later." He dealt with him.
Sent him to the mine. Okay.
In amongst.
Okay. Episode title. No, we don't do that. Wait, we do. Never mind. I don't do that.
Anyway, Three Finger Jack
giant
shows up.
horse cock. That's not the title of the episode. All right.
Yeah, so Three Finger Jack
I've got
shows up
Peckerwood
and
facts
he
coming.
invites. He says, "Welcome to Hell's Outhouse."
Yes. Which is what you say when you live in with a bunch of people in one place and there's only one bathroom.
I yell that when I leave the lobby. I look at them and I go, "Welcome to Hell's Outhouse," and I take a mint and I walk back up to my room.
Do not go in there.
Or I walk over to that little snack nook where you can add it, charge it to your room, just like I'm taking a Snickers. Room 12.
You got to give the mine guards a little bit of credit. Three Finger Jack, he stands up and he starts shouting, and they're scurrying along the hill trying to get past all the other enslaved people.
He's in like the worker area and not in the guard area, so it's kind of hard to get to him.
Yeah, and Captain Love is like, "Wait, nope, don't apprehend him just yet, because I'm pretty sure I recognize this guy."
He's in a pretty great little Minecraft cart.
Yep,
which is great.
I love that he just roasts these guys. Like, what? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean,
he's all vultures. You suck.
He's decided he's gonna go out. However, he goes, because when he hits the thing and has the pickaxe, he's gonna try and slash somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So yeah, he's done. What's even crazier is that they let him keep his fingers. They let him keep his 2 extra robot fingers.
Yeah, when they arrested him, they didn't confiscate him. Like, he could be hiding shanks in there. They don't know.
They could be shanks. Any finger can be a shank if you sharpen it.
Yeah.
I mean, even real ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come here, Robin. Give me your finger, and I'm going to stick it in this pencil grinder, and I can make it into a stabby weapon. I mean, it'll be meat. It's a meat stab, so it's not really that sharp. It'll be pointy, but it'll squish when you squish it into somebody.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about what he says.
Yeah. So he says, I may steal gold and food and whatnot.
Steal people's souls.
Steal their souls. Ooh.
Murdering trash dressed up in fancy, sweet-smelling doodads. I love it. Damn you and the horse that brung you. And Kloppy's like, excuse me.
What did I do?
And I like that he's only calling Love Peckerwood, which is great. Yeah. It's such a good, that is a Back to the Future awesome like term for white people, which is pretty funny.
It's the reference. Can I tell you the reference now?
Please tell us the reference.
At the beginning of the Wild Bunch, Struther Martin calls LQ Jones Peckerwood. And LQ Jones plays Three Finger Jack and gets to call Captain Love the Peckerwood, right?
And then they reference it and have Don Raphael say Peckerwood.
Yeah.
Peckerwood.
Well, he's got to diffuse the tension somehow because
it's great. Yeah.
He just had a crazy miner man catapult himself out of a minecart with a pickaxe. And I love how Love shoots Three Finger Jack, and he instantly, the bullet stops him in the middle of dead air.
Let's talk about this stunt.
Drops straight down, and the pickaxe disappears.
That's a cut. He when they pulled him back, they cut to him being on the ground. Like there's some frames missing. Like it's a jump cut. I don't know what they did. I mean, it works. Is it like is because if you look real carefully, it's only three. I think it is real. Like it's a practical shot. Obviously, he's not being shot. But when he goes to do this, his pickaxe has wire on it or something because it goes and is gone. Like it flies backwards somewhere. I don't even know where it went. Like it's not even behind it.
CGI?
No, it's just gone. It's just gone. It's probably made of rubber. It's probably
yeah. They could have had it where the pickaxe goes up and then falls down into him.
Oh, God damn it!
You know,
hoisted
on my own petard.
Yeah, there we are. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, he shoots him, and Three Finger Jack is dead almost.
He's mostly dead. I actually expected more shots from Captain Love. I expected that as Three Finger Jack was laying there dying, that he was going to just pop a little one or two shots back into him just to be sure.
He's not going to waste the bullets.
He's not worth it.
Not worth it. So yeah, Alejandro comes over to look at him almost like oh, this is interesting, a dead person.
Yeah.
And Jack sees him, smiles, and he smiles. No one can see their interaction of their faces. Yeah. And he smiles. And then he smiles back at him. And I just love that part. I was just like, goodbye, friend. And then he dies.
Yeah.
And you're worried that he's going to say, like, Alejandro?
Oh, yeah, all right.
Like he's going to snuff him out.
He pulls out a gun and shoots him in the head. Whoa. He was moving. Did you see him? He was reaching for his gun.
Yeah. Alejandro jumps away. He's got a gun.
One of his fingers is a knife.
He pulls out a knife and he presses it into Three Finger Jack's chest, like shush.
Yeah. You've never heard of meat finger knives? Jesus.
I when I saw the smile on Captain Love's face when they cut back to him, I'm like, oh, has this given it away? Has Alejandro tipped his hand?
Because later on, that scene we're gonna get in the next cut when he's at the hacienda alone. He knows that he's that guy. He doesn't know how he's now become this peacock that he's become, and he can't do anything about it because now he knows Don Miguel is into this dude, so he can't do anything about him. Nope, I'm calling him Don Miguel from now on. Don Miguel Montero.
All right, I'm going to call him.
Please change the listing.
I'm just going to call Alejandro Alexander from here.
Yeah, Alexander. Yeah, that's fine.
So is somewhere in this crowd of Dons a Don
crowd
Walt
of Disney?
Because I'm thinking this is not I feel like it's not the first time that I've seen a minecart ride in Southern California, and I'm like, is this the impetus for Big Thunder Mountain? And there's some sort of great grandfather or something from Walt Disney, like, one day I'm gonna turn that into a ride minus the shooting.
Known Mexican Walt Disney. He came from. His parents were poor sharecroppers in what became California. Sure.
I can't think of too many other minecart themed rides in California specifically. I know
there's the one for the mine. There's the Big Thunder Mountain and the Snow White one.
Is the Snow White one in California? I thought it was only in Florida.
It is only in Florida.
Okay,
it's in one of them.
Now that I know because I was just there.
Yeah.
Tell us all about it.
Well, I'll tell you that Walt Disney was born in Chicago. That helps. So
nice.
It ends with them longingly being told he's going to meet with him, and that's it.
Alone today
at the hacienda. That's like saying at the house. Well, which house? Your house? Do you have a house? I don't know your house.
No, you
mean the big house we were just at?
Yeah.
Was that the big sexy house?
Love is definitely staying with Montero.
Oh yeah,
He's got his own little apartment for sure.
Love definitely has his own bathroom
He's
because
Love
we've
is kinda
seen what he
like-
drinks. I can't imagine what he poops.
Love is Montero's Kato Kalin. Just
Oh
kind of
yeah,
hanging out in the guest hacienda.
Don Montero comes
noticing
out and is like,
anything
"We've got to find the guy who did this, the guy who murdered these people." Always out there on the golf course saying he's looking for the murderer.
Mm-hmm.
So weird. All right,
It
well,
is weird.
we digressed so much this episode, but it's a great episode
Yeah.
of good stuff. I enjoyed. This is again. I have not watched it. Robin, go back to your thing. Is Don Diego? Let's pretend like Alejandro is Don Diego. Is Don the alter ego of Zorro as interesting as this character is in this movie? In the other movies you watched, in the older Zorro movies, is he as interesting and as
I at least the one with Tyrone Power, I remember he's like raised as he's a Spanish soldier. It starts off, he's like, you could see how great he is with the sword and stuff. So you know he's just like super talented, like real excellent swordsman. And so when he shows up and he's acting all foppish and dumb, it kind of adds a little bit. Like,
so they
he's
do
hiding
that?
something. Yeah.
Because again, I think we talked about this in previous cuts. It's so different than Bruce Wayne, who's always cool. Whereas this guy is not only is he cool, but he's also like sexy, and like I never see Bruce Wayne as sexy. Even though I mean there was some good Val Kilmer, pretty sexy. But yeah, I think I love his portrayal of Don Diego in this, or Alejandro.
If you were dancing with your wife and Alejandro tried to cut in, what would you do? Like,
I'd let him. I hate dancing.
Yeah.
He can dance with
Go
my wife all
ahead.
he wants. Stick your face in her bosom all you want.
I always think that's the one thing about this minute I was going back to is looking up dance etiquette because of cutting in, but I'm not going to get into all that right now.
Well, the song, he definitely interrupts he basically interrupts the song.
Like, is it just like a movie thing cutting in, and really like my research shows that like it kind of died down after World War II. It was because of like, there wasn't enough guys to go around to dance with. So it was okay. But now the only really only like socially acceptable cutting in of a dance, unless you're just an asshole, is the dollar dance at a wedding, because the bride kind of dances with everybody and they just cut in constantly.
Yeah.
So cutting in is just such like a cuckish thing to do.
Goodness. Had he been in, I'm looking back through his thing, but had Antonio Banderas been in a truly funny like role like this, he did other things. Like he was in Evita and stuff. Like he's the main guy in Evita, like the guy telling the bard telling the story. But I don't remember, like looking back at like Desperado and all these other movies he was in, I don't think he was as funny. Like this is before maybe we were how like a leading man has to go through that. You can't be funny at first unless you're Eddie Murphy, and then you're funny forever, and you can't be a leading man. You can be a leading man, but you can't be funny. There used to be troughs and silos for actors.
Oh, I love troughs.
I know. we don't put them in there anymore because we're like, look, if you're funny, cool. Like that's just as good. Like I don't mind funny in my action stars, but at the time it was like, oh, he's handsome, debonair.
Yeah,
we're gonna have him.
Philadelphia guy, Interview with a Vampire. I mean, this is kind of capitalizing on his that kind of charm he had in Desperado.
Yeah,
right.
I guess he's funny in Four Rooms. Like he does, like he's playing a arch character in that.
Yeah.
But, and Assassins also. I think he has some like quips.
Oh God,
but
that gif alone.
Yeah. But it's in Assassin, but it's one of those ones where you're like, oh, this is because after this, like he did 13th Warrior, Spy Kids, and then he does
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, and then he does the Once Upon a Time in Mexico and the Shrek movies. So then he's just funny. Yeah. Like now, if you ask somebody who was Gen Z, you would say, oh yeah, Antonio Banderas, yeah, he's that funny guy. He does Puss in Boots and he's a funny actor. As opposed to if you ask my wife or someone else, they're like, oh, he was like the sexy heartthrob of the late 80s, mid 90s. So it's just he was just, different things. And I still like, he was in that horrible Paddington 3. But other than that, I don't blame him. I don't blame him for it being bad. It's not his fault. He's playing like a bunch of characters. He's playing Goofy, and doing accents. So it's fun. What I'm saying is that I like him. Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot to like about Antonio Banderas.
He's great. Kind of a funny role in Baby Girl. Did you see that?
I did not see Baby Girl.
Yeah. I haven't seen this one yet, but Official Competition was something that came out recently. Him and Penelope Cruz, and it was supposed to be a kind of a comedy.
Okay.
Critically acclaimed, but
you know what's funny? He actually added his name is actually Tony Floyd. He added Banderas. He's also Welsh. Did you know this? That Antonio Banderas is just Tony Floyd. He's from Wales. Yeah. They put all British actors into this movie. There's no one of Spanish heritage in this movie. Isn't that crazy?
I just discovered that Antonio Banderas was in Doolittle as a king. and Doolittle, it says here, he's a Welsh widowed veterinarian. So
told you.
All right.
And honestly, if you can speak Welsh, I believe that you can speak to animals, because that is some weird stuff. No offense to the Welsh. But
it's a very hard language. All right. Well, good. Let's come back in 2 weeks and let's talk about, I don't know what's next. What happens next? If only someone could tell me and recap it in less than 30 seconds.
Say
to a music cue.
Forget all these side tangents and come back, because next time, Elena approaches a disguised Diego, hoping to learn more about Don Alejandro, but leaves with an odd sense of connection. Upstairs in Captain Love's office, Alejandro must contain his rage as Love taunts him with Joaquin's head in a jar. Later, Elena has a marketplace encounter with her old nanny that raises even more questions about her past. With Montero's plan already in motion, Diego decides it's time for Alejandro to put on the mask and let Zorro ride again. Drawing Montero's men into the hills with a distraction, Zorro steals a map to the mine, does battle with Captain Love and Montero, and causes chaos in the courtyard. Will he escape unnoticed? Find out in Cut 6 of The Mask of Zorro.
This is a good one. This is a good one. This is that good fight in the giant set of the house. This is good. Yeah. I'm excited.
I'll bring more oral history to you.
Oh my God, please. Look, Catherine Zeta-Jones is a terror when it comes to oral. Please. Leave her alone. So yeah, anyway. Then see you. Let's tell you. Patreon.com/swordboys. Extra content. Come on over. We are doing some great stuff.
Great work over there.
Great work. Top-notch movies, nothing but the best. And it is only $2 a month, and you get 2 episodes a month. So it's an episode per $1, and it's totally worth it. I think. As someone who makes it, I think it's totally worth it.
For the amount of content you get for only $2 a month. It's absurd. We are fools for charging that little.
We are content kings. Just like Antonio Banderas in the Welsh movie Doolittle, or whatever the hell you said. I wasn't paying attention.
Yep. So follow us on Patreon, follow us on all of the social medias. Just look for Sword Boys, because we have extra clips that come out every weekday for you to check out. And we would love to see you there. Like, comment, subscribe, all that other nonsense.
Yep.
That's your call to action.
I want you all to sheathe it, bequeath it, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Clang, clang.
Clang, clang.
I'm just checking. I don't see that Doolittle has swords. So, clink clang.